but they were fighting back in the 50s, 60s. You know, you may have your fractions, but they were there.
May I ask something? So what's your take on what happened to Gaddafi? Why?
Why? Because what Gaddafi was trying to do was unify Africa.
Africa, sweetheart.
This is what he was trying to. He was trying to get away from this over here. He was trying to get away from that. This, listen, over there they had, you didn't have to pay to go to the hospital. Over here they make you ain't got money. What do they do? They kick you out of the hospital, they move you, don't they? But he had hospitals set up over there. He had all these things set up, but yet they'll tell you only thing he's saying he's a dictator. If you watch the pictures and the people that they show, they don't look like us, but there's a lot of us over there. Mm-hmm. But they don't show us over there. See what I'm saying? They'll show the pale-faced people that's over there. Mm-hmm. This is them. So they'll make us think that these cats are terrorists. So he bombed something in 1980. I was like, 19? What about the cop just shot the brother down the street 10 times? Like, what you call that? Mm-hmm. What about what they did to our people when they was killing our people and having parties, calling it a picnic, pick a nigga. Hey, we're gonna lynch him and then we're gonna have a picnic right around him and show. What about that? Where's the leaders that speaking about that?
Tuskegee experiment?
Tuskegee experiment. Where's Herman Cain on that? But we want to put our so-called ballots in these cats, and they ain't even telling you you're not even a citizen. This is what we need to be discussing. You know nothing. Before you had to vote one time, you had to, and the elder can bear witness to this, you had to know the Constitution. Quote the Constitution. If you ask the average individual today to quote a section in the Constitution, they could not do it. They could probably just tell you, we the people. I guarantee you that. That's the one part that will come up. We the people. Or they might go to the 14th Amendment, since all persons. They might go a little bit there, just that part. But before you can vote, you had to know the Constitution. They don't teach it. There's a book, Carter G. Woodson said, there was a state legislator that passed a law that it wasn't supposed to be for us to read. He said, it wasn't for us, we ain't supposed to be reading these things. But when we started to go, they're talking about the Constitution, they said, oh, we got to pull back on that. We don't want them to know this. Yeah. So how will we know? And and that's what I'm going to Atlanta to speak on too, because this is a big thing now. They're talking about. I do know who Ron Paul and what he stands for. I'm alright, but he's European, but I understand. Right. You know what I mean? But where did this dude come from? Right. Same way with Obama. But if you ever watched this movie called The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy a while ago, The Familiar Name. Henry Cain, what's his name?
Herman Cain.
Herman Cain? What was the other Cain last year?
Wow. John
McCain.
If you got a familiar name, you can run. Think about it. Familiar name. Brandon.
Both of them look hateful.
Huh?
Both of them look hateful.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you watch Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy, he was a nobody, remember? He had a name that resembled another person's name, and he ran. Remember, we in Hollywood. There can be anything happen out here. But this is what is going on. If you're an analytical thinker or a critical thinker, you'll see these things and start pointing these things out and start questioning them. If they came to my town while I was there, you ain't going to script me what to ask. I'm going to ask. This is what they do in the White House. They do this with most of the correspondence, and people understand it. When you're in the media, you know that. You cannot ask this question, that question, this question. That's like me telling y'all, don't ask me certain questions. I'm not going to answer that. Ask me this, and I'll get somebody to write it out and give to you. See? This is what they're doing. This thing is big. Listen, y'all, this European is losing his power because of stuff like this that is happening. Stuff like this is arising, so they're losing the power. So they have to do all kind of tactics. And then there was a foolish attorney that I had on my page, and I know he's going to see this, and I can care less. I always called him out. He's in Philadelphia. You know what he said to me? The Moors are propaganders. This is what he said. This is what is being said about us. He said we're propaganders, and we didn't do anything. We didn't produce it. We're not doing anything. We should get behind Herman Cain. This is what he's saying. Now he's calling me the young soldier. I'm like, young. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, if you've been around and you in your 50s, you saw what took place, and you an attorney, it's your duty to go do that. I just said that to him. But he kept saying the Moors were propagandists. It's all he kept saying. I said, wow, propaganda. I said, propaganda is going on every single day. Every time you walk out your door, it's propaganda. To the seatbelt, I'm watching little different stuff on commercials and like, are you serious? Have a seatbelt on. It's the law. We're going to give you a certain... That's propaganda. Everything they do is based on propaganda. But he's going to tell us that we're propaganda, but not one proof that he can show that we are producing propaganda. We're dealing with facts. When I'm pulling out books as American civics, I'm showing you what it is. I didn't write this. They had up civics classes back in the day. I'm not... And then if I say this book here, he'll tell me, well, that ain't got nothing to do with law. I'm like, wait a minute, this book ain't got nothing to do with law? It's propaganda? This is propaganda? When you first go to law school, you get a law dictionary. What's the first thing you get? You gotta buy a law dictionary. I have to vent because this is what's being said on the internet about the Moors. This is what's happening. We the only one that may be telling the truth on something. But if you read certain books though, it will tell you how the media plays. If you a person of stature they like, 9 times out of 10 that person gonna go towards you. This is how it is. This is why they bring in football coaches, basketball players, rappers when something happens, the wrong rappers, not the real ones. Not a guy like KRS-One or Lupe Fiasco, Mortal Technique. They don't bring them type of dudes in. They bring in the whack rappers, exactly.
The whackers.
The ones, the recording artists, pretending guys. They bring them in.
Yeah.
They'll say, look, go to the school, teach the kids, don't do drugs, but don't do this, don't shoot, but yet you're rapping about the same thing. See what I'm saying? These are the things that is happening. Even when I was out here on a set recently, talking to a brother about reality. He said they don't want reality. Mouse. I ain't seen them things in a while. The little mice running around.
No.
Here you go. Just ran back. Haven't seen one of them in a while. Anyway.
Church mouse.
Yeah, church mouse. Church mouse. But anyway. But anyway, he was saying they didn't want reality. So I said, dude, you know, he said they want people who lied about being shot 5 times. I said, dude, I was shot 5 times and it's not pretty. That's what I told him. It's not nice. So I'm not, you know, I'm not Hollywood. I'm neighborhood. So I'm in the hood. So it's a lot of stuff that is going on right now that is based on basically propaganda. And an attorney, he tried to get under my skin, but the only thing I kept telling him, go get 10 of your best and I'll come by myself. We can settle this. But yet they want to be on there talking about us who's saying, yo, you don't supposed to pay taxes. Yo, you don't supposed to have this. No, you shouldn't have this. Where? Where's the laws at for that? Doesn't exist. I'm saying that people are denizens. Anybody in this room know what a denizen is? I'm going to show you something. Anyone, don't look it up. There's an imagine. Anyone in this room. I'm going to show you something.
Say what I think it is. A denizen is like a relative or a blood relative of a person who's a citizen, but they're not from this land.
No. Let me read to you what it is for those people.
Good try.
Yeah, it's a good try. I'm just going to read something to you. Now follow me. If Cain or any of these people were running and really wanted to tell people the truth about something, then they would talk about these issues. This is what I would look in a person that was campaigning for something. You know, not what you think you want us to know. Let me read to you what a denizen is. A denizen is a person that's between an alien and a citizen.
How you spell it?
D-E-N-I-Z-E-N. Like citizen. D-E-N-I-Z-E-N. Like citizen, denizen. I bet you some people don't even know that was a word.
Nah, never heard
Ain't
of
that
it.
crazy?